fuck you doing?
Remember that name? Good Pizza with 3 Z's, baby. 3 Z's.
What's up, guys? It's your boy JP, Good Pizza. Yo, today we got a very special guest. The homie Ali from Sunset Connect came through to tell his story. This fella's from Germany all the way to San Francisco, how he rebuilt his life in the States, how cannabis came into his life, all the dope shit he's been able to do out in the Bay Area. Listen, guys, if you ever had a Fulton 5er, it was from the homies. You already know, guys, this is a good episode. Tune in. You're going to love this one. Peace, love, good pizza. We'll see you on the show. You used to be able to smoke in McDonald's.
Yeah.
And you have the ashtrays.
Well, I made them now.
You made them.
They're not
as the replica.
They're not as fancy as the McDonald's ones, but I was at a event with Harborside the other week, and we were, we had them out, and I don't know, there was 500 people. One guy walked by, goes, "Holy shit, that's the McDonald's ashtray," and I was like, "You know it too."
Yeah.
There's one guy. Whereas in that one is really, that was just kind of for me. But most of the brand is what it is. Like, I really have fun with it, just like you. Like this,
hell yeah.
You're very much reflected in your packaging and in your brand. And
yeah,
your
thanks,
tabletop.
man.
And I kind of feel the same way. Sunset Connect is a pretty good reflection of things that I really enjoy, that I think other people would as well.
Hell yeah. The Sunset font, is that Sega Genesis?
No, it's funny though that you ask. I work for
similar.
It's the San Francisco Muni font. It's our public transportation system.
Oh, copy.
But it is kind of like one of the reasons.
It's a little reminiscent.
The idea was I wanted a brand that the city feels ownership of.
Okay.
And they used to call us the Sunset Connect. That was kind of our street name, or how we were referred to by other people.
Okay.
Like, go see the Sunset Connect. You need some packs, you can always go see the Sunset Connect.
Oh, I like that.
So that was sort of where there was a little nod to that. And the Muni ticket. So San Francisco has a very iconic bus ticket, and it used to be a different color every day. So you couldn't use the one from the previous day. And when they abandoned that in 2014 or 15 and switched it for the little thermal printouts, that's when I was like, I already had the logo. I'm gonna double down and make everything look like the ticket. And the Fulton 5er is a bus line.
Oh,
I used to live on that street, and it's the number 5 bus line. It's a $5 out the door joint. So that's a nod. But I didn't want to put an MSRP on it because retailers won't sell you shit if it has an MSRP.
Right.
So that's sort of, how the brand was born.
The Fulton 5er. That's fire, dude.
And it works. Like, people that don't know about the ticket like the design language. And people that do know, it's like a if you know, you know thing, are very, very proud to recognize it. They explain it to their friends. This is the San Francisco bus ticket, bro.
Yeah, and it's just like you said, like, a lot of people will miss it, but the ones that do, they go nuts when they see it. You know what I'm saying?
And San Francisco has a lot of people that used to live there that moved out. So there's a good chance, no matter where you're selling
They're out in the wild,
that someone has seen it, right? And dude, we get so much love from SAC.
Hell yeah.
Man, I have mad respect for SAC. Also, the shit that comes out of here, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's just straight fire.
Crazy.
So we source a lot from Cam. We source from Uma. We source from Bosky. But Cam is really our number one supplier. And I mean, Anna just grows mean fire.
Oh, Anna's the big boss, bro.
She's my North Star, bro. I always tell her, I'm like, you're what I aspire to be.
Yeah, I got to get Anna back on the show, dude. Get a little round 2 action.
Yeah, she's
so good, man.
She's a beast.
Yeah, I look up to her for sure, man.
I think we all do.
She's just
as we should.
And just a gentle beast, like yo, I tell people all the time, bro, like, I have never been so calm and relaxed on my show than when I was in her presence. Like, she's got aura about her that's just like, just chills me the fuck out. You know what I'm saying?
She does that.
She's ill, bro.
I think that's confidence. I think the level of confidence,
respect,
calmness. She's so respectful. We're not a big client to Cam, no matter how many joints.
But she on Big Dog, I bet you.
No, it's just so respectful. And again, there's a few people in our industry that have shown what you're able to do when you're just a top of line operator.
Yeah,
and that's one of them.
Hell yeah, man! Right on, dude. Well, let's dive in, man. So you're from Germany, I just find out.
Yes, sir. Düsseldorf.
No shit.
Yeah.
So let's talk. Tell me about the come up, the childhood, the high school experience. Like, what was
So
that
I was really fortunate because my parents were well off enough to send me to an American private school over there. That's why I
Oh.
speak English pretty good.
Oh,
I
shit,
grew
man.
up speaking English.
Okay.
And part of it is Düsseldorf is 25 minutes from the Dutch border. So when I was 14 and there were still borders in Europe, we would hop on a train, go to a coffee shop,
Yeah, you did.
buy some weed, skunk
yeah.
number 5, my first weed I ever smoked
dude.
from Sensi Seed Bank, but purchased at a dispensary/coffee shop
Sure.
in Venlo, which is like the first border town. And the Dutch know that all the Germans come there just to buy weed.
Okay.
This has been going on since I think late 80s or whenever Holland legalized.
So how far is that? Oh,
25-minute drive.
What?
Yeah. And we used to have diplomat kids in high school. So we're like, hey, dude, I'll buy your weed, but you're carrying because they couldn't search those fuckers at the border. So, and I won't say which countries they were from, but so we would all go, 10, 14 people, hit 1 or 2 coffee shops because they only sell you 5 grams at a time.
Okay.
So everybody would grab 10 grams total, hop back on the train, go back to Germany and smoke. So I really grew up seeing a place where it was legal already. Also, like, so morally to me, it was like, well, the Dutch are not stupid. They're our neighbors and they're selling this in stores. So maybe we're the dumb ones that,
Right.
So it didn't have a moral sort of implication. I was
Sure.
like, no, this is perfectly good.
What about your parents? Were they cool with it?
Oh, hell no. Iranian immigrants, bro, to them, that was like heroin, man.
Right. And then,
You are an
back in the
addict.
day- yeah, no doubt. Yeah, bro. Yo, that come up story, that weed come up story is so much better than like the average American fucking. Yo, I just started smoking weed. You guys literally took a fucking train to Amsterdam to get right.
And you would look at
With-
strain menus, dude. It was insane.
Diplomatic immunity from the homies. Like, that is
that-
crazy. Bro.
That one was sketchy because the dude was Mormon too.
Oh,
so if he
shit.
would have gotten popped.
Yeah.
Well, what they have to do, he explained it to us. He's like, well, they would have to call our embassy and they would have to send military police. And he's like, they just won't do it.
It's just so many hoops.
It's too many hoops,
a
and
fucking
for a
kid.
kid with a little weed on
Yeah,
it, right?
for sure.
But I think what it sparked like my early love in genetics and understanding that like a skunk is different than a jack is different than a UK cheese.
Word.
And my friends always make fun of me. They're like, you still have that nostalgic spot for all the fucking Dutchy strains. And I do. When I smell an Amnesia haze, it takes me back to some of my first
Yeah, for
smoking
a California
experience.
kid, that's like whatever, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what
Can't
I'm
sell
saying?
a haze here.
Yeah. No, that's dope, bro. Cause like back on my come up, we're not too far in age difference, and like on my come up, we got whatever we got. Rarely did it have a name. If it did, who the fuck knows who made it up, and if it was real, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's fucking
Fact.
yeah. Like you did grow up with that conscious awareness of all these different strains, probably flavors, effects, et cetera.
I think I honestly have to say, flavor really just, once I started becoming a real grower, in like the late 2000s, early 10s, that's when I really started understanding terpenes and flavors. Before that, I was kind of like you. I liked skunk. It tasted good. But I think there was a time where we all only smoked for effect. Because people would talk about the high,
bro.
the giggles, this, that. Now, all you hear is the flavor and the terp profile, which obviously is related to effect, right?
It is.
So it's not like that effect is gone. But no, I was like you, dude. When I moved here, I was lucky to go to USF. So we did have pretty dank herb, but it wasn't named. Unless it was British Columbia, it was Beaster. It didn't really have a name. And sure, there was the GDP, there was the Granddaddy Purple, there was a couple of strains that were out there, but really diving into the San Francisco culture, meeting growers and seeing like, oh my God, these guys are breeding. These guys have everything cataloged. They know what they're doing. That got me into the strain. That's when I understood, holy shit, okay, you can grow for effect and sell that effect and be the one guy that has it, right?
Yeah.
Which was kind of the early dispensary days.
Sure.
Nobody was growing the same shit and walking into the store trying to sell the same shit.
Yeah.
Everybody had their niche. We were the lamb's bread and the blackjack guys. You wanted lamb's bread and black.
blackjack. Damn.
We sold a lot of blackjack. We
Yeah,
grew a
so
lot of
weird,
it.
dude.
Yeah.
On the East Coast.
Ooh, yeah. A lot of ours went to the East Coast.
Yeah, I bet.
But the blackjack, it was the most productive weed. We call it workout weed, dude. You'd hit that shit. You're like, let's do this.
Yeah, word, bro.
Yeah, and then I remember there was the guy that Mario was the guy that had the exotic flavors, right?
Talking about Sherbinsky?
Yeah, and then the Cookies Boys, Cookies fam, they were growing in the Mission.
Yep.
Like, sure, everybody wanted a cookies cut and grow some Girl Scout cookies, but you know, that's because we knew we could sell it because of the hype that they built.
Yep.
But other than that, that was really the first strain where you're like, I'm going to grow that because that sells the shit out of it. Like everyone wants it. It doesn't have to be my lamb's bread. I can sell the crap out of this. So, you know, shout out to Cookies for really starting that. Man. Yeah.
I remember when that word was being whispered around the streets, like, yo, I remember my boy Miz, God rest his dead, he didn't even smoke like that, but he was a hustler and like more of a gangster, but like, he was out. Oh, I don't know what the fuck he was doing. Oh, yo, dog, I'm telling you, P, there's this shit called Girl Scout cookies. I'm telling you, they want 4 racks a pound, son. But I'm telling you, but the time I'm like, I finally got my Cali Connect. I'm paying 28. I'm thinking I'm on top of the world. I'm not even paying no 4K, bro. And then I finally got a pack of it, and I smoked it. And I remember, I swear to God, I remember this shit. Dan, if you listen, I'm sorry. I know I've told this story before, but I smoked it with him. And he was coming to re-up, you know what I'm saying? And we got so high on my deck. So high. And he's like, bro, what the fuck is that? And I bullshit him. I was like, yo, it's other shit. It's this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I had all this other shit I need to get rid of before I bust out the new. So, you know what I'm saying? I give him this shit. He's like, yo, what the fuck? Yo, I don't think that was the same thing. I was like, nah, I think it was, bro.
Just didn't roll it right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But man, I remember
it was different.
The power of cookies. Just the high, the taste, the flavor, the whole vibe, bro. And like, the hype that came with it, man, like what they did and all the gas they poured on that strain with the marketing.
And it was organic then too. The marketing was very organic back then. And then, you know, Burner didn't have that much of a music career yet, right? Yeah. So it was very organic. Yeah. You know, he brought a Taylor gang and the rest is history. But that was a strain that stood out. And then I remember seeing the first Sunset Sherbet in flower at my homie's house in Daly City, and I was like, what the fuck is this? The grays, the pinks, the oranges, the purples. Sherbet. Like, this is one of the most beautiful plants I've ever seen. That was really, it still is one of my favorite plants.
Same here.
Absolutely.
Bro, off the name alone, I just wanted to try it so bad. I remember her and Styles P and Burner doing a track together back in 2000 whatever, early 2010s, and I'm like, Sherbet.
Sunset Sherbet. It was
Sunset Sherbet,
because it was from the Sunset District. Yeah.
I'm like, that sounds so amazing. This is before Gelato, you know what I'm saying?
That's the thing, yeah.
Right after Cooks.
I think Mario was fucking with it, right? This is long before he released it too. Wasn't it released in like 13? When was Sherbet?
This was I probably put my lungs on it probably like 2013, 14.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's when that's when I saw it for the first time.
Like in December.
And I was like, whoa.
It was the first legal bag of weed I ever bought in Oakland. And my cousin brought me this spot.
At Harborside?
No, it wasn't Harborside. It was Purple Heart or some shit. It was something purple something. And I remember just sitting in the car, my cousins going to shit, and I'm just watching mad people come through, just all walks of life. That first like experience you see when all these different people are buying legal weed. I'm this East Coast kid like, yo, what the fuck? And I got a little gram and shit. I got a gram of Sherbet. You know what I'm saying? I ain't rolled the whole thing, I don't think. My cousin making fun of me. He's like, what you want on those East Coast joints, motherfucker?
That's right.
I'm like, yeah, no, what the fuck, talking about some goods. You know what I'm saying? We still got high off that little motherfucker too, man. And
oh, the terps hit different. I mean, that's the thing. We're really lucky to have gone through like the releases of those. Because like you said, Girl Scout cookies, no, that terp was unknown at that point. When I smelled it the first time, I mean, the cherry pie, the gas, I was like, what the fuck? And I'm kind of sad that the Runts era just killed so many good cultivars the motivation to do these cultivars, which kind of like is the reason that the Fulton 5er is all blends.
Nice.
It's all blends.
Oh, I do blends too, my bro.
Bro, since ever. Since I was a kid, I liked a little bit of skunk, a little bit of this. You make your little salad, you roll it, you know. And so that's also the only way for us to sort of replicate and keep the consistency.
Sure. Because it saves you on COAs too.
Well, and the blend, not really, because we have to COA every batch on its own.
Oh, okay,
right?
Gotcha.
So and we make our batches are 10,000 a flavor per batch per run, and we sell 35,000 a week. So you never get a batch that's old.
Oh, that's right.
Like whatever we make this week is on the shelves and off the shelves within 3 weeks. So like that's really one thing we pride ourselves in. But we blend it because I get 8, 9, 12 different strains from Cam. I'll get 4 strains from Uma, 3 strains from Bosky. And then what we did is we've sort of developed a spectrum of flavor and effect. for each one. And we know, okay, that's about 30% gelato, 20% of this, 50% of this. So that way,
so you have in mind what you're.
Oh, we have it not on the mind. We have a recipe.
Oh,
we have formulated. Yeah. So that way, your joint tries to be within a range every time. So when you buy a Hyperion haze, there'll be a certain amount of haze in it every time. When you buy a lemon cherry,
dope.
That's the only way we could deliver consistency.
Jersey, what up? It's your boy JP, Good Pizza. Yo, everybody's been asking me, where can I get the slices in Jersey? Look no further. Peep the list. Check it out. It's right here. Pull up. Grab you a slice. Thank you for the support, Jersey. Peace, love, good pizza. We'll see y'all out there. You know what else I like about the blends, bro? Because if you buy a joint, right, you're trying to get high. You're not worried about all these other things that we like to worry about. You're trying to get fucking high. You just go off work, you go on whatever the fuck. You're not trying to roll and you're trying to get high. Those two things are definitely on your mind.
Absolutely.
And like, if you do a blend, you are getting high, bro.
Right.
I don't give a fuck if you
might be immune to gelato, but you're not going to be immune to three of them.
Never, bro.
Yeah,
never.
I agree.
Absolutely. Yeah, my big cousin told me that too. He's like, yo, if you ain't getting high no more, mix 2. But if you motherfucking definitely need to get high,
mix 3 or 4, yeah.
There's no question, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, that's the truth. And look, it's a $5 out the door indoor joint. So
bro,
yes, all we're trying to get you is
amazing.
a fucking really good high at a really fair
What are these
rate.
going to the club for?
About $2.
No shit. Wow.
Dude, we don't, like I told you before the interview started, we just became profitable. But when we set out to do this, and I got to give a shout out, even though his head's going to get too big, to Neil from Now Wizard Trees.
Yeah,
but no, Neil's the homie. He's a city homie. And when he was working for Herbal, I was still making a topical that people still call me about, dude. People still want this topical because it works so well. And Neil's like, well, you got to get rid of the dick cream. You got to get rid of the flowers. He's like, your 5er is what sells like crazy. Double down on that. And we had already decided to turn into a pre-roll factory to get rid of the topical equipment, to stop making hash.
Sure.
But I still I hadn't pushed myself over the edge to do it yet. But when we saw the sales numbers with Herbal, we're like, he's right. Let's just only make Fulton 5ers. And then once or twice since then, I've tried to release dog walkers and flowers again. And every time I do it, I regret it. I'm like, dude, just make more flavors of this product that people love and that you love making. So yeah, that's where we're at.
That's great, man. Yeah, I mean, dude, that's my best selling SKU, my pizza rolls.
They're awesome.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, they're also really well made.
Yeah, they are.
Really well.
They are. Yeah, for sure. They're,
and how much do those go for at retail?
About 15, 20. I get them to the clubs at 7, 8.
That's a really fair deal.
Yeah, for 1.5
really
grams.
good deal.
Yeah, hand stuff, good pressure.
Wow,
that's what we. It's all on the grind. What you take out of the nugs and the pressure, bro.
100%.
And then when the bud tenders get behind it, you got something. Yeah. When the bud tenders are buying more than the custies,
you're on.
You got something
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? You got something, and I've seen that a lot.
But I like how it's all about the intent when you approach your product. What is your intent? What do you want to deliver? And when you have that kind of intent, first of all, I totally agree with everything you said about making a pre-roll. When we started this, we buy sugar shake and micros, right? So we have to separate stems and fan leaves like a lot. And we know that people open up these joints. We're well aware that somebody's going to fucking unroll this shit and get on IG and talk shit. That's going to happen.
Especially priced like that, they can afford to.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I'm proud to say out of 1.5, 1.7 million sold, we get about 5 or 6 of those a year. Hey. I personally take care of those people. I literally will get on there, like, send me your address, I'm going to take care of you. But more so than that, bud tenders are awesome. They're our number one. They're the reason we're successful.
Hell yeah.
I show a lot of love to bud tenders. I always tell any bud tender, DM me and I will take care of you. And if I'm coming to your store, I'm going to take care of you anyway.
Hell yeah.
And I like to pop up in stores unannounced. And this is a trick I learned from Wendy from Space Jam. Shout out to Wendy. That's my homegirl. That's one of the people. You know how you have peers in the industry that you would just call and either rant to or get happy with or share your successes or also like, real personal stuff. So Wendy is that.
Oh, cool.
So big shout out to Wendy for all the hours of
awesome,
amazing conversations and good advice. But she is a beast. And she taught me to go into dispensaries and how to just treat the staff. And not that I wasn't, but she's got tricks up her sleeve that are just, so you go in there, You ask them how many people are working. You buy one of you each product and you gift it right back to them and you give them a fat tab. Give them a good tab and a present. I'm like, that's fucking genius.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, yours costs $25, so that must suck. But I can go in there and be a big spender with $150 and take care of the whole staff, right?
Well, that's actually
Brilliant.
fucking brilliant. Because,
Sorry, Wendy.
because they're putting money in. You're putting money in the store. You believe in your product. You're buying it and giving it right back.
And you give them a good tab. They're making, it shows on that bartender's sales for the day, right? And it's brilliant. And that's the least we can do as a brand for a bartender too. But I just didn't think of it. And that's why I'm really like grateful to be hanging out with and being part of this very first wave of fairly successful operators that are independent, that talk to each other, that share their successes and their trades, and that's same with you. Like, you're doing it out here. It ain't easy.
No, it's not, sir. No, it's not. So bring me back to, okay, so Germany, right? Let's talk about like the high school up until when you left for America, and then how it was when you got here and how you got into the weed shit.
Right, so a little culture shock. I mean, I've been coming to the Bay a lot. My grandma had been living here, so I spent every summer in the East Bay. San Francisco was always our second home.
Okay.
When I was like in high school, I'd take the BART to the city, get up to Haight Street, score a sack, and go smoke some weed. So like, I definitely had some touch points with how it is to grow up here. But as an 18-year-old, you're still a fucking kid. So I moved here. I really became an adult in the city. But yeah, 18 years old, moved here again from a fairly well-off family. My dad went broke, and about a year into college, he's like, "Hey, son, can't pay your bills anymore." Yeah. And it was like the middle of .com boom bullshit. That shit was expensive. And like everybody else that's in the weed business, I needed money, so I started selling weed.
Yeah.
And I don't care what you say your story was, you need fucking money, you start selling weed, because that's just how it goes.
You feel me?
And a friend of mine, my girlfriend at the time, her older sister, her ex-boyfriend was like the biggest grower and dude in town.
Let's go.
If you didn't have weed, it's because he was out. And he fronted me 10 pounds, moved that. Damn. It was my first, I never sold an eighth.
Oh, shit. I just jumped in with a 10-pack?
I took 10-pack in the late 90s. Ooh. I remember his homies were driving behind me. So if I got popped or robbed, there would be a witness, because that's how it worked back then.
Yeah.
These guys were real, pretty deep. And yeah, I drove a 10-pack to a homie out of town, not far down the peninsula. Dropped it, got paid. I think back then it was 38, 39.
Ooh, so that's a lot of money for a 10-pack, dog.
Well, yeah, we got mandatory minimums and shit, right?
Yeah.
So, but you also got to pay people. And I was getting them for 32, so I was good. I could pay part of my tuition, could pay.
Damn right.
My rent and shit. And I went from not knowing, I had jobs, but I couldn't pay my own way around at 18 with no help. I was like, I don't know, I've never done this shit before. This is brand new.
Yeah.
So I didn't spend that money well. I still had to keep hustling to I can pay the bills. And that went on for a while. And they were building a case against the big dog. The feds were building a case against
You're
him.
a big dog.
Yeah. So and everyone was kind of being followed around. At that point, I was in pretty deep. I was still the youngest and lowest rung on the ladder. But these dudes were running a pretty decent amount of product all the way from British Columbia down to LA. They were covering a good amount. And the feds busted everybody one by one. And I was 20, 1999. They raided my house on December 27th. I was living in the Presidio, so I was on federal property. Like, I didn't know, but apparently that's where I was living.
Oh, shit.
This is the Presidio Park. I was a fucking 18-year-old from Germany. I didn't fucking know the difference. It's in San Francisco. Fuck do I know who owns the land? I mean, this is shit that I just didn't know as a 20-year-old.
That's something you research. You get a crib, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I didn't know. Dude, so I got popped by the feds, 2-3 years of litigation, copped a guilty plea.
Okay.
And then they tried to deport my ass because I was German. So I went back to my attorney. I'm like, yo, bro, they're trying to deport me.
Yeah.
He's like, you're not American? I'm like, no.
You say you're not American?
He's like, fuck, this is on me. And this is one of the most famous fucking federal defense attorneys. First of all, this guy's doing the case for free. Shout out to Alan Dressler. Thanks, man.
Shout out to that guy.
And he's like, fuck, man, I fucked this up. I got to go fix it. So, long story short, we had to set the plea aside, reopen the case. as this shit's going on, I'm failing every piss test. Because I knew that it's not fair that this shit's happening. I'm like, why are they, like, it's just some weed. What the fuck is going on? And nobody talked. So nobody did a day and everybody walked at the end because everybody shut the fuck up.
Imagine that.
Everybody shut up. But that's, I mean, till today,
Never happened
Alan Dressa's like, these motherfuckers were the only ones that everybody just shut up, and I walked them all. I put my hands on them. Go. They all walked. But it's because we didn't do anything. We were selling weed, man. There's no violence. There was no, dude.
No bodies, no violence.
weren't even good. We weren't even good at the money. We were putting it back into small businesses, creating jobs that were losing fucking money. So ultimately, like, it was a very Robin Hood sort of way, but not very business sound. Either way, so they wanted to deport me, had to set aside my plea. It was failing piss tests. And when they finally set it aside and dismissed it, I had to check in one more time with my PO, and I brought her the book, The Emperor Wears No Clothes from Jack Herrera, and I said, you should educate yourself. And I think that's sort of the day that my activism was born, and probably why I, did the chairing the oversight committees and being really active. Like, it's not like I had the time to do this, but I was like, one of us needs to be at this fucking table. It's really important that one of us, and look, say what you will about Nicole Elliott, I wouldn't have taken that job, and I don't think anyone could have done a really good job in it. But she did listen to us when she was running the Office of Cannabis in San Francisco. She did listen to us to an extent where we're like, look, we're not going to come over here and tell you where we produce when you don't even have any like building codes and shit ready. You can just bust us. Like, this is stupid. Like, we're not doing this. Right. And she's like, all right, fair enough. I'll let you sign affidavits and the city won't prosecute. So, like, there was some shit that I'll give her credit for.
No shit, man. Wow.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not giving you my address. That's crazy.
Right.
There's nothing that yet says it's legal. It's like 2017. Like, we don't have regulations yet. Like, no, can't tell you shit. But they were good. They worked with us to get us online, and that's how I got to open the first social equity manufacturing business in the city. She did look at the property and said, yeah, you can't do that here. But she gave me the chance to transition that somewhere and help me do it and walk me through it, you know, and that was something that I'm appreciative for. I still don't get along with the regulators, don't get me wrong, but I think you just have to kind of see for what the fuck they're trying to do and who they're trying to answer. And I think if it wasn't for guys like Elliot,
that dude's on a tear, bro.
Someone can call him out. He's a successful small business owner, and I'm grateful that he's doing it because I just don't, I'm too small to do it.
Yeah.
I have a decent voice, but it's not as loud as his.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, sorry, dude. I digress.
No. It's all good. So you copped out? What was the plea?
Copped out. Plea got set aside. The plea was probation. No, the plea. I was on probation. That's when I was failing the piss test. And even my attorney was like, "Yo, dude, you got to pass one." I was like, "I'm not going to stop smoking weed." I was like, "I don't give a shit. I won't stop smoking weed." Like, that's just, that's a non-starter. Put me in fucking jail, but I will not stop smoking weed. Failed every piss test. And on my last one, I went to those head shops and I bought that plasma drink shit that they used to sell.
Yeah.
And my numbers went down significantly. They're like, well, he hasn't quit, but he's trying.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Bro, those were fucking nasty, bro. Like, you got to drink this whole thing 4 hours before, consume 10 gallons of water in 2 hours. You have to piss 5 fucking times. Like, bro, what is going on? I try to get a job like after school.
And it worked though, right?
Fuck no, dude.
Yours didn't work?
All this shit, and then it came back like inconclusive because I had so much water. You know, if you drink too much water,
right? Yeah.
It's one of them. They're like, oh, hey, I don't know what happened, but like, it's inconclusive. Can you take another one? I was like, man, fuck this shit, bro.
No, my boys that came out of the can, they were like, vinegar, bro, just got to drink a liter of vinegar. I'm like, how could you drink a liter of vinegar? What? Like, my stomach, it's not going to stay down.
Jesus.
Like, that's how you pass a piss test in jail. I was like, oh, well, good thing I didn't do time.
A liter, fucking Jesus.
Yeah, but I mean, look, the streets is, I think, you can tell certain brands in the rec market now where they're from, like Alien Labs, like Preferred Gardens. Like, these are all OGs, man. They've been doing this shit forever.
Hell yeah,
and like, those brands have a stickiness to it. They don't require they don't require like the gimmicky toys. I know it's funny coming from us, but I'll tell you in a minute why we did it. But they have a loyal following, and that's like a real brand to me.
Yeah.
And then you have these brands out there, and I don't want to dog anyone, but any kind of like sort of spun up in a a boardroom brand that's sending around chicks in hot pants, and when they're gone, the next brand takes that space. Like, those are not viable. But that's who we're competing against, because the customer will go in, they'll try all the shitty Chad brands, they'll pick one or two of us that they will keep coming back for, but they have a carousel going of like random brands they want to try, right? So it becomes an experience game. Yeah. What's the packaging like? What's the gimmick like? And when we realized that people were grabbing our pre-rolls in like 5s and 10s, and I seriously didn't even have a marketing budget to do a trade show until I met, like that year I met you was one of our first Hall of Flowers appearances. Yeah, because I've been like, hey, any money we make goes towards making the product better, not towards marketing. So the fact that we're at a point where we're doing marketing is really just a way to also say thanks to our customers, because we can now afford to do a little bit of fun stuff, right?
That's cool.
And that's sort of how we built this brand, dude, brick by brick. I helped put down the epoxy on the floors like a lot of us operators that ran out of money several times while we were building out, right? You stop, your dream's almost crushed. You make a little money, you hustle a little, couple packs, you're back. You're going to put them back, baby. And that happens to you, like 8 or 9 times till you get your facility open. Yeah. Having gone through all those highs and lows at the end of the day, and having seen the legacy days where you're riding the high waves at 37, and then suddenly 2 years later, your fucking pound of sour D is 1,400. Mm-hmm. You just kind of realize at the end of the day, it's just a pound of weed.
Yeah.
And
it's a commodity if you don't have a brand behind it, bro. What's up, guys? It's your boy JP, Good Pizza. Just taking a quick second to shout out my sponsors over at Grove Bags. Listen, it's an exclusive proprietary bag, and here's why we love them. Let's talk terpene preservation. This is the best environment for storing your cannabis. It keeps your cannabis at 58 to 62% humidity at all times. It's like your cannabis is living in San Diego year-round with the best weather. Terpene and flavor longevity. That's important. It inhibits microbial growth. No mold, Kujin. Let's talk light protection. UV rays and good pizza don't mix. It also increases shelf life. Guys, if you have your flower in a dispensary, please use Grove Bags. We all know that stuff sits sometimes. This is going to be your saving grace for flower that sits on that shelf longer than it should. Don't mess around with the pizza. Use promo code GOODPIZZA with TreeZ's. Tell them Good Pizza sent you. We'll see y'all back on the show.
If you don't, correct.
If you don't, man. And I think people that brand it up at the right time.
And not any brand.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, not just any brand. You have to have a brand with some legs under it, with a following, with people you connect with, like all the things that go into making a successful brand and keeping it going. And then let's talk about not doing fuck shit. Man, I've seen some brands come and go. We ain't gonna say the names, but if you pay attention to half the fucking shit that goes on Instagram or the industry, man.
I mean, one of the ones we mentioned earlier is a shell of itself. That's just sadly what it is. But look, we had that. It all reminds me of the .com days.
Yeah.
The Yahoos. Dude, Yahoo was the search engine. Nobody could touch Yahoo. It's Yahoo who's Yahoo now, right?
Yeah.
And I'm always paranoid and really aware of that. I never get complacent because I'm always like, dude, we're just a $5 joint. We're the lowest hanging fruit. So, like, if we don't deliver quality, if we don't keep reinventing ourselves, if we don't keep doing fun stuff, somebody is going to swoop on that position.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's going to be somebody with money to lose for 5 years straight to put you out.
That's the only one that sells more than us right now. So we're like 50,000 joints behind the biggest like single pre-roll Chad brand.
Okay.
So we know we can get them. And like, dude, we're a small, diverse outfit. My crew's 12, 13 people. If you walk in there, it looks like society should look. Of all walks, all ages, all colors, all races, all genders. That's what we need, and that's what I want. My whole goal is to turn my business. I don't have kids, dude.
Oh, no shit.
No.
Okay.
And I want to turn it into a co-op ultimately.
Okay.
Like, I want this to be a business that's owned by the employees. That's
man.
really like, if I can make enough to exit and make that happen for my employees, that would be my fucking dream.
Nice, bro.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And for them to turn it into a foundation. Like,
nice,
that
dude.
would be the mandate.
Nice, bro.
Yeah.
What are you doing on the international scene? You going back to Germany? You doing Mary Jane Berlin this year? Have you done Mary Jane Berlin?
No, I did ICBC a few years ago. I hosted a panel at ICBC. My Germany thing is really mostly media related. I'm really fortunate to have worked in media in Germany, but also have a few good friends that are well-known journalists there.
Okay.
And that have been part of my journey. So when it comes to like cannabis stuff, I mostly get contacted by different media outlets for either quotes or can we do a piece on what you guys are doing over there.
Sure.
There's no commercial market. So for people that have, like what we do is very volume based, right? Like you can go to Germany, hook up with 3 or 4 social clubs. You have a very premium product, right? That's like a handmade cigar almost, right? Whereas we're like a Marlboro. So for me to go to Germany, I would need some sort of commercial infrastructure, commercial growers, commercial retail, and they don't have it and they won't have it. And it kind of it's recreationally legal, but it's not legal to have sales outlets. It's insane. Retail's not legal.
Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Social clubs are.
Like, okay, got you.
You have to be a member.
Model, social club model, got it. I'm like, man,
it's a social club model. So you can't, for me, I can't go and work with 35 social club to sell 10,000 joints.
No.
It's too much work, right?
That's
Yeah. So, and I always said, let us become California's #1. When we achieve that, that's when we can start talking multi-state, or even just New York is a super interesting market. That's really the only one I have my eye on is New York.
Dude, $5 joints will go crazy in New York, bro.
Crazy. But also trim and sugar shake and smalls are much more expensive in New York, right? So you always have to kind of readjust your
It's not as much available.
business model.
Not much material available.
Very little, very little.
And the good material that you want
is going to it's going to other people that are paying
or their
total
brands
premium,
or whatever the fuck.
Well, that's the thing. Like I'm currently like the only stores that don't take our joints are the ones that have a house brand $5 joint.
Yeah.
That's kind of the only ones. And then we have to go in there and explain to them that, hey, your $5 joint, you sell 10, maybe on a good day 10, usually 4 to 5 on average. On average, a store of ours sells 45 to 50.
Wow.
They do 1,200 to 1,500 joints a month. That's the average store. I'm like, you're leaving this money on the table. Those 7 dudes will still come for your joint.
Sure.
But you can also flip another 1,000 joints on the side. Right. So in addition to your 600 that you're flipping. So that's sort of what what I'm trying to tell our salespeople, like, hey, we're not mutually exclusive with house joints. But a lot of retailers think that way. Well, if I buy this, I'm not going to sell this, and I have a higher margin on this. But you got to understand how like a liquor store or a supermarket does their calculation, or meat places, dude. Italian delis, well, if you can get that accurate about your cost of goods, you're crushing it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And it's, and it's good you brought that up because, if you're a brand out there, you really do need to be conscious of, does this club have an in-house brand that's competing with mine? Because if it does, especially in flower, which I've dealt with, you're going to get smoked, bro.
They use you to sell theirs?
No. You're going to get smoked because, you're pricing me because I'm a top shelf eighth when I did have indoor in the clubs. You're pricing me 60, 70, $80 for an eighth when you got a $50 out the door eighth. That's fucking
That's what I mean.
fire.
They use your price to sell theirs. That's cheaper. Yeah.
It's not that much. Mine's a little better. You know what I'm saying? Mine might have been a little more attention on the QC, but the average person don't give a fuck about that, bro.
No, they don't. I think you have to also realize that I just noticed this the other day, and this moment came sooner than I ever expected, but a 21 to 22-year-old that walks into a dispensary today, they've never had a plug, bro.
I know. What
they
the
were
fuck?
13. They didn't need a plug.
Word.
Since they were 13, 14, 15
Little
years old,
whippersnappers.
they've seen it in stores, right?
Yeah.
So I immediately thought of myself. I'm like, yeah, dude, when you grew up, you preferred to sit on a train than to go find a plug. And the few times that I had to go buy from a plug, it wasn't as good as the store. That's just in Germany, though. So very different. But the point being is, I was like, oh, in 2 years, it's all just going to be people that are used to store-bought product. They don't have the comparison to the legacy market anymore because they just never knew anybody from the legacy market.
They don't have the stories.
That's where
you had to do it.
That's where I think what you're saying with top shelf flower, to somebody that's never had the comparison from legacy or even from 10 years ago, that 67 doesn't justify between that 50 because they don't have a comparison to understand. And I don't mean this in a demeaning way.
Real.
It's just that's just like when I came here and hash in the 90s was really hard to get. So I would bring hash from Europe. I would now never bring hash from Europe here. We make some of the dankest hash in the world here. But back then there was no hash scene, right? So I think the younger generation, it's going to be interesting because they're the first ones to really develop consumer habits from retail and not from culture. So it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of spooky for the old fellas like us. Like, damn, dog. That's something to think about.
Oh, I got to hire a young marketing manager, somebody in their early 20s, because I will not speak this language soon, right? Like, I'm not going to be cool anymore. Like,
right? Isn't that something? Like,
I should have my crew here, not me. Dog. It should be the kids rolling the joints on the floor. They're really the ones you want to interview. But, I mean, you know, rejuvenating brands is a big part.
Bro, bring new blood or young blood on your team. It could bring life into your business, man. Like, they see things we don't see. They know trends we don't know, and they got a lot of energy and passion. Life hasn't, you know what one of the biggest ones is I like working with younger folks? Life hasn't beat them up enough yet. So they still got that fucking gleam in their eye. They're still dreaming.
Right. No, and you need that, right?
A lot of dudes, 25, 30, 35, they stop dreaming because life done beat them up. They kind of settling in or settling for something.
Right. Maybe or have responsibilities they didn't have, so now suddenly you can't. Yeah, and I think in our industry, like,
fluid.
Dude, none of us would be here if we weren't dreamers as well, right?
That's true.
And none of us would be here. I think
for
me, it's like I always need an adversary, and forever it was the government, and now I was like, fuck, now it's the Chad brands, but I'm competitive. I got to compete with somebody, right? So sometimes I just make it up. I'm like, fuck, these fucking corporate investors, let's go. Let's compete with them. But I think I'm really excited about what's about to happen in our market. Like this whole like extinction reckoning event that everyone's been talking about forever. I think when you go to the network show and then you see Hall of Flowers, you see the contrast, like it's happening. And SoCal is going to be a huge driver. If you're a good brand in SoCal, you're going to do all right.
Oh, yeah.
And SoCal has been showing us mad love. Dude, we do so well at Catalyst. We do so well at Urban Leaf, which is Harborside. And to go to your point earlier, these bud tenders are just awesome. They're amazing at how they help us push product. I don't do bud tender tradings. I'm like, I'm not going to teach you how to sell a $5 joint. I'm just going to say thank you and be grateful and show you that I really care about who you are. I want to meet you guys. I want to hear what you say. I want to hear the customers say, right? And interacting with customers is awesome. Seeing people pick your product, I'm like, dude, they don't even know us and they smoke our weed. And my COO is like, dude, we've sold enough at this point where it's like a real brand. And it's still, to me, is crazy that we have a real consumer brand that was built just out of the sunset from a garage, hiding lights, now lighting up shelves. Like, it's like, fuck, like we did this and it's cool. And I'm super grateful. And,
cool.
Like, just keep going. Just keep going.
But you grew up in the epicenter of this shit, man. Like, arguably, culture, like weed culture and some of these fucking world-renowned strains that were born right in your district. Forget your city, your district. And just to be a part of that and just like, see what you've done now and how far you've come, that's pretty dope, bro.
Well, it's a team effort, man. I appreciate that, but it's a team effort. And I think I'm really fortunate to be here. Really lucky to be here.
Yeah.
I think it takes a lot of luck.
It does.
It takes a lot of luck.
A lot of luck and a lot of hard work.
Skill, a lot of hard work, but a lot of luck. But dude, I remember when I met Mario for the first time in the Sunset. Like, this dude was like, had all these different phenotypes, and he's like, I was at a buddy's house, and he's like, oh, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? And just his eyes would light up about just one trait, not even one trait of that, and you knew you were in a special place. My partner, San Francisco, best buddy since college, when I asked him, like, why'd you move to San Francisco and to USF? Like, this dude is photographic memory. He could have gone to Stanford. He could have gone to any Ivy League school. He's like,
sure.
Bro, San Francisco had the best herb. I just had heard about the herb, so I just moved here. I'm like, you didn't even look at the school you went to? He's like, no, it said University of San Francisco. So I figured that's the one you go to.
Sounds like a hot ticket.
Sent my application. They accepted me. He's like, I just wanted to come here and grow herb. So to your point, even like the 90s lore, like this dude, and he's insane. But yeah, San Francisco you can barter for weed still. You can still pay a plumber with a sack. And that's what I love about the city, dude.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. I love the weed culture in Sacramento too, man. It's fucking super grassroots. There's some killers over here.
Huge fan. Trans Bay, Sac, is still till today.
That was crazy.
Jimmy and I still say that is literally the litmus test for the best transbay.
Yeah.
And I always say nobody shows up to events like SAC. I'll give San Francisco a lot of credit, but
Bro,
we can't fuck with you guys on events. 100% shout out to SAC on that one.
That event there was the reason for the pizza party. I had the Good Pizza Day party, and we turned that bitch up.
Oh, yeah, Cosmo and everybody was there.
We turned that shit the fuck up. But I seen the vision when I went to that event. I'm like, yo, this space is cool. I'm like, yo, I like how they set the shit up. I think when I was ready to do my shit, I was like, yeah, we're gonna do that spot, man, because Jimmy had that shit turned the fuck up.
Well, shit, let's do it again. Let's run it back.
Oh, we're gonna, dude.
We'll be there this year.
Yeah, hell yeah. We're gonna definitely run it back. But I'm looking for a space, bro.
It's always the thing. Gotta keep it fresh. Man. Gotta keep it.
I may have found something up in Auburn, which isn't too much farther. You know what I'm saying? Like a little mansion joint.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know how we gotta fucking. I'm just.
I mean, I think we all need to reinvent ourselves a little, right? Like we can't just always keep going into a warehouse and have our 10 by 10s and like let's do something fun. Let's do something experiential. Let's do something that's that's dope. And I think like fucking pizza ovens. Pizza Bake Off. Every fucking brand, bring your fucking dough game. Let's see it.
Yeah, you can only vend here after you pay the fee. If you can make pizzas,
then it'll be a pizza competition, dude. Pizza competition and fucking
that'd be so legend, bro.
I mean, I'm saying this also because my partner is Italian. One of my buddies that is our hash maker, and his Instagram is Focaccia Rising. So I know we would come in guns blazing. I know he would. I know he'd be down.
I gotta meet this guy. That's fire.
Alex is cool.
Focaccia Rising. Yo, the Italians are some of the best hash makers just because of the artisanal artistry that runs through our blood.
Bro, you should have seen this guy in Frenchie arguing the French and the Italian. Not arguing. That's actually not even fair. Just passionately debating.
Conversation.
Passionately debating.
Yeah.
And then one thing that Alex it was all about little like tools that they rigged and made up themselves to make hash making.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Alex did something that Frenchie didn't do, and Frenchie was like, I don't know about this thing. And a couple of days later, we see Frenchie using Alex's little device, and like you could see him all kind of like, oh, this isn't bad. He's like, look, he's using it, man. He's using it.
Oh yeah, dude.
But yeah, that was Italians and French people together.
You know, it's crazy. I learned that when I went to Spain for Spanish this year. Like somebody really broke it down for me. Like, nah, bro. Like we were talking about Morocco and the hash scene up there, the seed to hash scene.
Absolutely,
that
man.
goes on this whole other world of cannabis commerce that we don't even know or think about, right? Just for hash.
Just for hash.
And they were like,
flower.
bro, it's like we got Italians up there now doing real fucking making rosin, fucking fresh press
in Morocco.
In Morocco,
Smart.
It set up labs and shit.
Yeah, on the mountain.
You know what I'm saying? Like
on the mountain, dude.
Some Italian hitters up there,
You're talking
bro.
acres.
Yeah, bro.
So they understood. Hey, if I'm here, I got all the raw material.
And to hear what you have to do to bring these things up there, these devices, the machines, the washing machines, et cetera, to get them up there.
Bro, it's
crazy.
No joke.
It's a whole ass
Moroccan
mission.
mountains. You have like
in
some
the fucking mountains, no man's land.
Like mules and goats and shit.
Mules
I
and
shit
goats.
you not.
Yeah, bro.
That's the only way to get up that mountain.
It's fucking crazy. But like that's what's so ill about the cannabis game. Once you start tapping outside of just California, just outside of the country, our country, to what's going on in Europe and Africa and just like the world, bro.
But I do think that the legalization here in the U.S. over the last 8-9 years, from if you think like how few states had when Colorado legalized rec, it was one. Now, how many rec states do we have? I even lost count, right?
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
I think when you set that precedent and then Europe sees it, Europe starts legalizing, they just realize that the war on weed is stupid. It's not going to go anywhere. But what I do think it does, it emboldens all these other places for their culture to come out of the shadows a little bit, like Tenerife, like Germany.
Yeah.
You know, like it's cool. It's really cool to see. It's cool to see these guys that are like geeking out because we always knew that we're everywhere. We knew there's like stoner geeks everywhere, right? But it's so awesome to see them all now. Yeah,
we give motherfucker a look like yo.
Remember back in the day?
Let's go. Bro, I've done some of the shadiest. I mean, I was a hand-to-hand on the block hustler kid, so I'm nice with the hand-to-hands. I've done so many shady hand-to-hands in other countries. Just like, I was always the guy that found shit, you know what I'm saying?
I bet.
I traveled like, yo, how the fuck you found weed already? It's like, bro, come on, who you talking to?
Like, give me 10 minutes in any town. I will at least tour us a little bit ahead.
Right. It might be a little danger, but we gonna make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
And I've gotten into some little bit of dicey situations trying to get weed,
bro.
like, you know, and mostly Spain was a little sketchy back in the 90s because they would just like take you down Las Ramblas and take you. They wouldn't do anything, but they'd be like, "Oh, man, give me $50. It's right there." And then they would just run. You're like, "God damn it, I just lost $50."
Sure. I mean, I got on some dumb shit before because it was so like shady. Everything was so shady. You couldn't go nowhere or do nothing.
But you wanted to smoke so bad, so you're like, "Fuck it, I'm going to take a thought."
Shit, I even get you some coke if you need it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding.
No,
but I have. But
I mean, shit, sometimes you got to find your.
I don't even do this shit, but my friends do. I'm like,
hold on, this is how you do this.
I was like, yo, hold on. How much you want it?
I mean, there's a way if you know how to move.
Yeah,
if you know how to move in the gray zone, you know how to move in the gray zone.
And half the time they come to you, they hear you talk, how you talk, and like they could probably figure where you are in the States. You know what I'm saying? And they'd be like, yo.
Damn, like that?
Yeah, bro. Because I meet a little Puerto Rican or Cuban from Miami out in fucking Peru, and you know what I'm saying? We all connecting the dots on each other real quick.
That's funny.
I'm like, yo, son, where you from, bro? You know what I'm saying?
So where's your next travel going to?
My next travel is first stop, National Hash Hole Day in LA. Second stop, Turp Basel, Miami.
All right.
Third stop, we're bringing it back to Sacramento on the 19th.
So you're skipping MJ Biz this year?
Yeah, Turp Basel. I'm doing Turp Basel.
It's funny,
bro.
me too, man. First time since 2017 where I'm just like, it's...
On the 19th, come through. Me and my bro Chris from Higher Vibrations, we're having a Phenos and Hash party. All new Phenos, all new hash flavors in Sacramento. Come through.
Oh, hell yeah. We have our Christmas party on the 19th.
Oh, shit, man.
That's a vibe, too.
Nah, you got to handle that. You got to handle that. You just remind me, bro. I need to figure out when my Christmas dinner will be with my crew.
See? My staff is already, it's not even Thanksgiving yet, and they're sending me like catering menus. I'm like, guys, let's get through the green holidays first here. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. No, but dudes, I think one thing that like, I give my staff 10 days off. Every Christmas, they get paid 10 days. That's not even part of the PTO. That's just,
that's how you get them to stay, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and it's hard to retain good staff. But I'm also proud, I taught everyone in there. Not that I'm like, but everyone in there, we don't have anyone that came from another manufacturing business. We have a couple of budtenders and people that have been in the industry. But my COO, Jersey, he's from Jersey.
I like him already.
Korean guy from Jersey.
Nice.
Smart as fuck. He moved here. Did a phone interview with him. He was, I don't know, 26 at the time, maybe. Did a phone interview with him. I'm like, dude, it's just me and another guy here. Like, if you want to come help us build this company, but I can like literally pay you, I don't know, $40K a year maybe.
Yeah.
Dude, guy just fucking got on a plane. Didn't know me from anybody.
That's amazing.
Just showed up and threw down. And within a year, I was like, you're probably already the best compliance officer in California. And it's been 5 years. I'm like, dude, the guy has just turned us profitable by really capturing every number, employing like real systems to track what's coming in, what's going out. When Herbal went bust, everybody said, we're done. And they were right. Like, we had just switched to Herbal. We literally, when you switch, you have a 45-day window where you're not getting paid for every pickup. So for 45 days, which is whatever, fucking, they pick up every week 25, 30,000 joints. So I'm racking up this awesome bill with Herbal. I'm like, fuck yeah.
You're licking your chops.
Come May or June, I'm getting paid. This was all worth it. Motherfuckers go bust. I didn't get paid for a single delivery. Everybody is like, these guys are dead, right? And I thought we're done too. I was like, I don't know how we're going to do this.
Yeah.
So we clawed back. We looked at our portfolio that Herbal left, and we're like, pick the top 50 clients. Call them immediately. Let's start seamlessly. We have a distro license. We're not good at it.
Okay, so you can collect your
But I can just go make deliveries and try to turn the shit back into cash. Because I made Herbal give me all my product back. Like, whatever you have on hand, give it fucking back, and I'm going to sue you.
Yeah.
So give me my shit back.
Bastards.
Yeah. So got our shit back, immediately started delivering to 30 stores, 35, 40, whatever we could handle. Shout out to the steezies that kept us afloat and shit.
Nice.
And there was a lot of homies. PCF.
Hell yeah, shout out Bert.
Man. A lot of these guys kept us alive. Really.
Bert gets so many shout outs on this show, dude.
They keeps us alive, man. Like, literally, and I get, look,
Bert's great, man.
They teach you as a brand as well. PCF was one of the first ones, like, your barcode is kind of smudgy. If this shit happens again, I won't carry you. You know what? That makes you more professional.
Yeah.
And it's good to be called out by a customer because then you put more stock into it. And dude, within 30 days, we were with Up North.
Nice.
Up North, being legacy guys, being old school motherfucking humble dudes. They understood what situation we were in. And they literally said, we will pay you COD until you're healthy.
Oh, that's dope.
And they...
A distro.
Unbelievable.
That
way before they even sold it, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Dude, that's why my loyalty with Up North not only runs deep, but these are people that have showed
I've never heard of that.
Very invested.
It's fucking dope, bro.
Huge shout out to Jeff and Ian and Jonah, the whole crew there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we had a product that they knew that they could, obviously make money on, and that's a strong skew. But I also remember our first conversation. I was like, hey, man, I've seen your trucks. I don't think you understand. He's like, I'm like, they're too small, yo. He's like, I'm like, it's a volume business, homie. You're going to be, you might even start hating these boxes because you move around so
How
many.
much in a case of yours?
100.
Okay.
100 per flavor per case.
Got you.
And we used to, when we started, only do cases of 250 because for us, we're like, we're not coming every week. Here's 2 weeks inventory on hand, as we couldn't do more as a small distro, man.
Sure.
I was driving the shit in my Cherokee. I was like, man, I can't come here every day, bro.
No doubt.
So, but it taught me unit economics. It taught me how important it is to, and then they broke it down into cases of hundreds, and that's when it just kind of started flying.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man, there's some good players in this industry. And,
oh yeah.
And Up North is definitely one of them.
Dope. What's the next 5-10 years look like for you, brother? What's on the horizon?
I want to make my company a co-op. I want to be important enough and stable enough in California where the 12, 14 families that it feeds now could participate in it for their entire time that they're there. I think the tech model in that sense is actually really good. Share earnings plans and things like that, but significant ones because we're not a corporation. So I always tell my staff, I'm like, the reason that we are who we are is because we're not a corporation. And when Homeboy's mom dies, of course he can take a week off, and of course he's going to get paid. He's not going to have to worry about rent when his mom died. That's bullshit. I'm not a corporation, and I don't care if it's good practice or not.
You're a human first.
Yeah. First of all, we're all and I wanted to create a place that, I mean, I can't go work in a corporation. I wanted to create a place for other people that don't want to sit in a cubicle and shit. Yeah, come to me. We'll figure it out. Right?
Yeah.
So the goal is really that, but to get there, there's a certain level of discipline and size that you have to attain. Mm-hmm. And while I think it's awesome that we sell so many of them, it's still a very small business. Very little of it remains as profit after paying off all the debt that you essentially had to take out to start a cannabis business.
Sure.
Thankfully, we are at that point, and now we'll see how those profits can get reinvested into bettering the company, but also getting everybody to higher salaries. So the next 5-year plan is I want my staff to make something that's competitive with any other industry.
Yeah. Cool.
Because we pay well, but I wish everyone was making $150K that works there. That would be something that would make me genuinely happy and dude, because I don't think you should have a college education for that,
Oh, hell no.
Manufacturing jobs in Germany built the backbone of that fucking economy. And I think if you work at a craft brewery, you shouldn't have to worry about paying bills in the city that you live in. And in San Francisco, that is how much it takes to pay fucking bills.
Right.
That's just what it is.
About 150
to live comfortably,
to have a comfortable living in the city. Yeah,
probably. Yeah,
sounds about right.
And the AI bros aren't helping. They're driving the fucking cost up like crazy right now.
The AI what?
The AI bros. I mean, if you look at SF, remember a year ago nobody wanted to move there. And
after the pandemic, it was.
You look at the rent prices now. You're like, this is not just pre-pandemic. This is peak. It's insane. It's really crazy. But at least city's coming back. It's good for all of us.
That's cool, man. That's cool. If you could change one thing in the cannabis industry right now, what would it be?
I would follow what the alcohol industry does.
Okay.
If you're not paid up on your bills, your license gets suspended.
Oh, that's fire.
I mean, alcohol does that weekly, bro. Weekly. You're behind one bill with your fucking excise tax. Boom. Your license gets
that, bro. Remember that?
Oh yeah,
that
long
was a
time
bill.
ago.
It never. I guess it never passed. The DCC was like, no, anybody that's after 30 days cannot, they get their license suspended. if they have not paid their tab with their retailer
Right.
in 30 days. I don't know what the fuck happened to that, but that sounded great.
Yeah, they said a lot of shit in the beginning, right?
They said
And
a
I
lot of
think
shit,
like being a social equity company, I think there's like it's almost like if there's just so few of us, like 4 or 5 social equity companies that matter, that are actually like playing a role and have a little bit of market share, that's then that's a failure. That's not it. That's not an example. That's just bad. We didn't do well for equity, and I think the whole system was flawed. I always said from the get-go. So I would do either the retail thing, or I would have done social equity in a way where if you qualify, but you're a really good pizza baker, then you can take that money and start a pizza business. You don't have to fucking sell weed. If you want to start a barbershop or you want to start a startup agency, whatever made you qualify as a social equity applicant and whatever grant money you would be entitled to run a cannabis business that's most likely going to fail and very difficult to run, take that money and follow your passion. You pushed all these people into this false fucking dream of cannabis business ownership. And then on some points, like, it gets really funny where they say, okay, we want to like support social equity. And then like what you see in LA, where they literally just take the money and squander it on their own salaries and shit. And then you have things in San Francisco where they want to protect social equity applicants, but they prohibit them to sell their license because they didn't want license flipping. Bro, at this point, half of these assets are distressed. You're not flipping a license. You're letting somebody out of a liability for selling it, right?
Yeah.
But you still can't.
But you can sell a fucking liquor license.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So like, I think the two things I would change is I would rewrite social equity where it's actually equitable and doesn't force anyone into a cannabis business ownership. And I would suspend retailers' licenses that are not paid up with their vendors.
I'll fuck with that.
And I think that just leads to a healthier market. Obviously as a brand, I'm grateful for every retailer. And I'm actually the one that tells my distro a lot. I'm like, dude, just extend some credit. I'll take the risk. I'm not worried about it. I know this guy. He's been in business forever. He's a small business. She's a small business. Just front them the money. I'll take the risk. And they'll say no, which is their job to do. I get it. But it still, I think, would just lead to healthier purchase behavior. You wouldn't overstock on one because they're running a promo that you then end up sitting on, right? So I think it would just lead to more sophisticated buying and moving of goods.
Yeah, which is what we need.
Yeah.
Badly.
Yeah.
And then you get this whole fucking THCA thing going on right now that they just put the fucking brakes on.
Good.
And they gave him good. Oh, it's gonna give him. I think they gave him one more year to rock, and that was it.
And I mean, look, the Kentucky lobby behind this is really strong. So I think like ultimately this hasn't played out yet. There's just too many gas stations making money on this, you know. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but they have very strong lobbies, and we don't. I remember back in the day, a politician from San Francisco told me, it's like 2018, 19. She's like, if you guys threw $250K at starting a lobby in Sacramento, there is no cannabis lobby that anyone's listening to. You could literally like help write the regs. And then I think Elliot is on something. Somebody did end up doing that. It wasn't us, unfortunately. Would have done a better job. But that's just, dude, no weed tax has ever not passed a ballot measure.
Right. Yeah.
That just says everything. They don't give a shit. Just tax the weed people. Fuck it. Tax them. Make them take shitty metric tags that don't work. Whatever, dude.
Oh my God, bro. Yeah, we could do a whole episode on what's wrong with the fucking California cannabis industry, but they don't want to hear this shit. They want to hear the stories. You know what I'm saying?
That's why your podcast is actually is really like different because it's the human angle. And one thing that drives me is one thing I've done that I don't really talk about much is I have a patent on solubilizing cannabinoids only using water and spirulina because my wife has really severe epilepsy. And she has like 100 seizures a year. She has a brain implant.
God,
it's like it's horrible.
rough,
and
brother.
watching someone suffer, it led me to want to invent something that I could put in her mouth without getting my hand chewed off.
Sure.
And that would work fast, like a fast onset thing. And I raised money and had a company that filed a patent. I recently got it awarded. Had to fight these chads that wanted to steal the patent. Like it was insane. These guys were listed at the stock market. And then they tried to steal my patent. I like basically changed the locks, called the attorney. I was like, this is my patent. They can fight me for it. And I knew they would falter and eventually just not be around to fight. I'm like, I'm going to just sit these motherfuckers out, which I did. And ended up getting the patent granted. But like, that's a big part of my motivation also is licensing this patent and getting real medicine made. That's one thing. Also like for someone like my wife, because it's gnarly, man. But yeah, that's, you know, you find motivation in the strangest corners.
Yeah, for sure, man. Especially when something happens to a loved one, you know what I'm saying? Especially your wife, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, it sucks.
And we need to hear more of this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, back to the plant medicine, back to the love of the plant, but how with the healing properties, you know what I'm saying?
We wouldn't be here. There'd be no fucking rec market if it wasn't for patients, dude. If it wasn't for Dennis Perron. You know, kind of to your point, yes, the breeding culture is in San Francisco, but people should not forget about the activism culture. Brownie Mary, Dennis Perron.
Sure.
I mean, you know, we've had
San Francisco.
Terrence Allen, rest in peace. You know, Terrence, who just passed away, the owner of the floor store, who also was a very well-known activist. But yeah, San Francisco is one of the driving places. We were the first to have a medical dispensary. I was a member there. In 1997, I was a member at San Francisco Buyers Club.
That's cool.
And it was some shit seeded weed, but hey, it got the patients what they needed.
Yeah.
And they were giving it away for free.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. So yeah, patient care has definitely fallen off, and it's never forget why we're allowed to smoke freely.
Yeah. You know, you'd probably know better than I would. You should plug me with somebody like one of those OG activists from San Francisco that could really tell the story for everyone, that I can get on the show to not only educate myself, but the people and the younger generations. Because, you know, that's definitely a segment I haven't tapped into. And just talking to you just now made me realize that I fucking do need to.
No, happy to do it. The brownie.
So think of a good one.
Absolutely. Wayne, he's the first medical marijuana patient ever.
Sounds perfect.
And he's awesome. He's very knowledgeable. Please. Wayne's been around. Wayne's story is really interesting. Yeah, I'm happy to connect you guys. Absolutely. That's what I love about our community.
Connect, baby. Connect this shit. You heard?
Got to, man. It's what the community's about.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, people hit me up from Germany, like, you know Bruno from Bruno's Wells? I'm like, fuck yeah, fuck with Bruno. I love Bruno.
Man. He's right
you know JP? I'm like, yeah, dude, I met him at Hall Flowers. He's homies with all my homies. I actually, when we met each other, like, how come we haven't met before? This is kind of fucking weird.
Yeah, like 20 friends ago.
And that's what I think also we kind of tend to forget. Like, the rest of the world does still look to the Bay, to LA, to SAC. Like, hey, what the fuck are those guys up to? And it's an honor, man. It's something. It's really cool that we have this culture, and it's because of a bunch of cool people and wonderful people that we all get to hang out with.
Yeah, bro. Like-minded people, you know, fighting, pushing the plant, and in our own regard, however we're doing that. And, you know, it's dope.
I love it, man.
I love it too, man. That's why I do this shit. That's why we all do this shit.
Yeah.
If you're really in it for the right reasons and you're passionate about it.
I always say I've met the most interesting people.
Interesting characters.
Holy shit, have I met some interesting
Hell yeah, bro.
Tony Mendo, by the way, another one of those. Dude, I could listen to Tony.
Tony's a fucking nut.
The king of the one-liners, bro.
Where are you at? T Mendo out. Where the fuck are you at? He teased me, bro. He fucking hit me the other day. He's like, yo, I'm ready. I'm like, I'd screenshot that shit, threw it on the page. This dude, I forget bro's name. He does mad articles and covers a lot of shit in California. He clipped my shit. Tony Mendo's gonna come on the Good Pizza podcast finally. I'm like, and then Tony's like, nah, just give me a second, bro. I gotta handle something real quick. I'm like, God damn it, Tony.
He's hilarious, bro. He hit me with that headband rosin at the Terpazzo party.
Damn.
Bro, I went sideways. I was like, she started spinning.
That's 707, bro. That's a fire ass hat.
I love that guy. He's just no filter.
Yeah.
No filter, all truth, dude.
Yeah. Fuck with Tony. It's all love with Tony. And the whole Terp Hog squad, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Fields, John Doe. Fields has been on the show. Probably due for a round 2 interview with Fields too.
And I fuck with John Doe. I don't know Fields well, but I fuck with John Doe.
Yeah, hell yeah. John Doe's outside, bro.
Oh, he's outside.
That fool is everywhere, bro.
I mean, all you guys, man, the amount of events you do, I mean, I'm an operational guy. I'm at the office at, early. I get up at 5:36 every morning.
Sure.
I like ops a lot. I really enjoy like the operation of what we do. And I do all the marketing, right? So I have to deal with anything sort of sales, retail related. But I see you guys doing the event circuit, and I mean, people want you there. You gotta go.
You gotta do it, bro.
Oh, that's really taxing for me.
It's a lot, bro. Hell yeah, especially when you get older and traveling and shit, man. Traveling, I love traveling, but I'm noticing travel's a little rough on the body these days. And if I do a fucking a red eye, forget about it, bro.
Well,
I'm
Europe
shot.
flights, 12
Bro.
hours, you're fucked when you get there.
Doggy, I did one in New York. It took me out, bro. I did a red eye in New York, bro. Went right into a fucking 2-hour nap, right into an event.
I saw you went to the Jada Kiss interview.
Oh yeah, that was legend, bro. That was legend. That was for me. I hope y'all enjoyed that, but that one was for me.
Jada,
that was sick, bro.
That man is just one of the most humble, amazing.
Oh, he's cool as fuck. Man.
So cool. Yeah,
he's cool for Styles too. Styles was like one of the most down to earth fools I ever chill with, bro.
Yeah, I got to chill with him when he came to see our facility. He just landed and he came and
cool
stopped by.
Bro. He's cool.
And yeah, Jada was really just what a guy. Yeah, we had a chance to like really hang out for a few hours.
We had a great conversation.
No, that interview.
Me and Styles got to rock for like an hour because Jada, whatever. We got to rock for an hour before the interview, so we got to know each other a little bit. Jada just kind of came in, and then we was waiting on Styles, and then boom, we got it started. And like I was like, at first I was like, oh, this isn't going how I want it to go. I'm like, I'm not feeling the vibes, bro. And neither of these guys. I was like, I got to switch this shit up. You know what I'm saying?
Were they just kind of looking down on their phone and shit?
Nah, not even. I feel energy, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I'm peeping shit. I'm like, oh, they don't want to tell their story again. I'm walking through them story. Like, they've told this a million times. Everybody heard. They don't want to do that again. Right. Let me bring them into my world. Let's talk about some good pizza shit, some weed shit. And then they started to loosen up, and then this shit started flowing.
Yeah, I saw them geeking out with you.
Yeah, we were bugging out.
Yeah.
I asked the crazy question in the rapid fires, who's your favorite Ninja Turtle? And the whole room fell the fuck out. His whole squad was knee slapping. Styles was like that. I have the craziest
K was with, I assume K was there too?
Yeah.
Yeah, he.
Wait, who?
K.
No.
Tall guy.
No, he's not there. Oh, yeah.
Smoke more blunts than anyone you ever see.
Oh, yeah, he was there.
Just one blunt after the next.
Yeah, he was there.
Boy, that boy can smoke.
Yeah.
I fucked up and took him to Cevicheria Lamar. I just thought fucking dope, so out on the fucking Embarcadero. Mm-hmm. And Cosmo was like, bro, really? Like, raw fish? He's like, this is stupid. He's like, you can't serve people raw fish. You don't know if people like raw fish. I'm like,
that's a fact.
That's a fact. I was like, damn, sorry, man. Like,
did anybody fuck with it?
We ordered some other shit, but I was like, I did fuck up on that one. But you
always catch some fried apps or some shit.
Yeah, but no, I was like, oh, you're right. That's not the best choice.
Yeah, that shit was ill, bro. That was
a great interview, dude. Honestly, that was
cool too. We locked in and shot texting once in a while. Shit, he's cool as shit, bro.
No, I think what I noticed with him is he has a really refined palate. Because of third generation coffee roaster, fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's cool.
That means he's been trained on his palate since he was a kid, right? Because when he was in there smelling hash and flowers, like I saw he approached it with a very knows a shit when it comes to flavors, for sure.
That was one of the things I was kicking myself in the ass. I did not bring it up. I was like, fuck, he has a fucking whole ass coffee business. I should have said this. I should have said that. I was just trying to keep my shit together.
Should have asked for some beans, bro. I want some Kiss coffee beans. Those shit ain't cheap, bro.
Right, for real. Well, speaking of flavors, man, I gotta hit you with your top 3 strains of all time.
Oh, yeah?
So we're gonna go one old school, one new school, and a desert island strain.
Oh, shit.
You stuck on the island with for the rest
all
of your
right.
life, kid.
Old school, I would definitely say. So we get high like we got high when we first smoked it, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Skunk number 5. Old school is the first weed I ever smoked. There's just a
perfect answer.
So my very first strain. Skunk number 5. New school. So new school, I assume that starts with GSC.
People have gone all the way back to Z.
Okay, all the way back to Z.
For you,
okay, so Z. Okay, so that's no. Okay, so it's okay. So Girl Scout cookies would be old school. Because old school to me is 90s shit.
I mean, no, we're talking new school now. We're talking new school.
Yeah, so new school would be Girl Scouts and forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think even more. Like, I feel like me
You're saying
new school
Z,
is like
right?
something you knew you fucking with.
Okay,
Like,
something really new.
Like 2 years. But some people do go back to Z.
Cam's brain dead.
Okay.
No question.
Fire. I
Gets
haven't tried that one.
Fucked up.
Okay.
I don't even know what it tastes like.
Yeah.
I forgot.
He's
But
like, I don't
the
even care.
high, I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
No.
You OG, bro. You chasing the high, bro.
Oh, for sure, bro. I mean, it's
You know
good.
what I'm
I mean,
saying?
anything Cam grows tastes good. I'm not worried about
sure,
that. But
for sure.
the brain dead, I'm like, fuck, that brain dead is. Dylan gave me a jar. I only smoked like 1 or 2 jars of it. And I was like, Dylan, what the fuck, dude? This is awesome. And I think Desert Island strain would have to be Sour Diesel because it's the only one that doesn't have a ceiling. It's the only weed you can just keep smoking and keep smoking, and you get higher and higher and higher.
But somehow you can still function.
Yeah. And you can still sleep. It's like I say, good
best,
blow.
bro.
If you can sleep, eat, and fuck on it, it's good blow. So like that to me is like Sour Diesel, you know?
That's funny you say that. That is a true statement.
But that's like
why I
Sour
know that.
Diesel to me, you know what I'm saying? Like you can just keep smoking it. There's no real Sour Diesel.
Of course. Not this diet sour bullshit.
Before they cut that mom so hard that she developed HPLV. I also love how everyone's like, oh, this got HPLV. No, you stress the shit out of the mom, bro. It's not a virus. You just fucking fucked your mom up.
Yeah.
That's why we even like when we started, we never took moms, dude. We took cuts from vegging plants. Always. Never kept moms. Way too much work.
Oh, shit.
Just keep vegging it. You get 5 cuts of clone, boom. 5 cuts of vegging plant, boom. You never run out of clones.
Hell yeah.
That's how I was taught. And when we tell them, like, really? Like, you keep a mom, one source of air? That sounds so smart.
Yeah. For sure. Hey,
that's how I was taught.
Dope.
So to me, that was just always the way you did it.
Hell yeah. If you could bring back one strain, what would it be?
Oh, wow. Well, I never really smoked the original one, but I would love the Maui Wowie, like the real Maui Wowie. Or citral glue, but it would have to be the real citral glue. Because I remember when the first Gorilla Glue was awesome when it came out, but when the first like crosses came out, and I think some Dutch guy crossed Citral with Gorilla Glue, that shit was just different. It had that Gorilla Glue stank, but that citral brightness, and the high was like, I always said, dude, I can feel my fingertips getting tingly. Only on that.
Damn.
Yeah, like actual tingles. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Like,
Damn.
Slightly psychedelic almost. Like,
Yeah. Some weeds like that.
Yeah, some weed has, so that would be the one that I'd like to bring back.
Yeah, man. You know what's funny? You say that, slightly psychedelic. I tried some shit yesterday for the second time, but I was QCing a batch I just grabbed. I'm calling it Zafanculo. You know what I'm saying? You heard it here first, folks.
I love that
thank you, bro.
name.
Thank you.
That is
so, but it's blue. So it's BZD, Blue Dream, Skittles, Atomic Diesel, times Zope.
Ooh, I love Zope crosses.
Yeah, me too.
Love
me
Zope
too.
crosses.
And BZD's already weird as fuck. It's just it's like, oh,
I mean, anything Blue Dream also has. Blue Dream has its own very distinctive kind of punch.
I'm like, yo, what is wrong with me? I'm not maintaining at all.
Blue Dream used to get me dumb, like proper dumb. I remember.
So I feel you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to try the Zafangulo. That is the best strain name I've ever heard.
I got a little on me. So you're going to leave with some of that too.
That's awesome.
Yeah. What's your favorite stoner food, man?
Ooh. What's my favorite stoner food?
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely have to say tacos. If we can consider that even stoner.
Come on, son. That's fire.
Tacos, bro.
All right, so we're going to take
street tacos, like proper street
what
tacos.
What are we talking about in California?
Yeah,
of course. So we're going to take it a step further, okay? What's your middle of the night? You're creeping through the kitchen. You're a scumbag, and you know it's on the counter. You're taking the whole thing down. Guilty pleasure.
Mostly any kind of pasta.
Pasta? He's a pasta guy.
Oh, 100%. So I was telling you.
How's this guy not Italian? You said some Italian things on this podcast.
Well, I learned my dad's best friend owns a really like the Cipriani of Germany. He's like a super well-known restaurateur.
Okay.
Knighted by the Italian government for like his services to Italy. This dude is a food guy, right? Imports truffle, imports wine, distributes it to other restaurants. And when I was like, my dad, I mean, we used to go there and just eat there all the time.
He's got a good palate, folks.
And I grew up with pasta, but before I came here for college, I went and worked. He's like, look, son, you're going to be going, and they don't make pasta in California the way you're used to eating it.
Yeah. That's gangster.
Come work in the kitchen for a week.
Okay.
And we'll teach you like your favorite recipe. So I don't gotta fucking worry about you going to school and not eating the right. Like this is like my dad's best friend. I still talk to this guy probably more than to my dad, not because but I just have so much in common with him in terms of food and wine. He's like my food and wine mentor. But I learned how to cook
That's great.
Italian pasta properly from
great.
him. I always say I always remember him saying, take it out when you don't think it's ready yet. That's how you make sure it's al dente.
Oh yeah,
like,
you gotta check it.
He's like, no, when you think, oh no, this is still too hard, take it out. He's like, that's when you know it's proper.
Yeah, and especially when you're gonna cook it in something after.
Correct.
You know what I mean? You have to know how to
toss
time
it in
that
the
as
pan
well.
with the hot sauce. It's gonna keep going. Yeah, or just how to layer a sauce, how to build, Italian dishes. Like, so that's also my favorite thing to cook.
Me too.
Pasta is, just love.
Yeah, I've been cooking since I was 9, bro. So
that's my biggest hobby.
A long time.
Nice.
I'd say I wouldn't say my biggest hobby, but it's certainly one of them. And one of them that just like it's like meditation for me. It's straight.
That's
zen.
what I say.
Straight.
So
zen.
when I start cooking, it's my meditation. I actually have I collect spices. Everywhere I go, I bring spices.
Oh, that's a good
back.
fucking idea.
So I have a wall with just magnets of different spices, and there's like over
spices
100
of the world.
And
That's
sometimes
brilliant.
you don't use them, and after a year you gotta toss them. But if you ever
for
needed
sure,
it,
for
it was
sure.
there, right?
Oh yeah.
So
Hell yeah, I dig that.
I do love cooking. It's very meditative, and so is golf to me. When I was building out my facility, every time I'd run out of money, I'd either sit in this empty facility trying to like hang drywall myself, which I should never do because it looks like I
That's
hung
crazy.
it.
That's hard.
It doesn't look good. It's not going to pass. It's not going to pass an inspection, right? And I never played golf before, and I was like, "Fucking, I'm just gonna go try to hit a golf ball."
Isn't
and
it
it's
awesome?
so difficult that it consumes your brain
yeah.
that you can't think of anything else.
Yeah.
And that sort of became my meditation and probably
Sure.
my favorite thing to do from someone that only talked shit on golfers for 40 years of his life.
Right. I told myself when I moved here I was gonna learn 2 things: golf and yoga, and I've done both.
Oh, nice.
I do both. And the first time golf, I'm like, yo, this is great.
Super fun.
And you know what? You know what you said about like always like be getting hard on yourself. Like, damn, bro, this is challenging. This drives you crazy. I don't care how good that you are out there. Everybody goes through the same shit. I've noticed.
That's the thing I didn't
I don't
realize
care how nice
either.
you are. You stressing just like I'm stressing, bro.
That's it's funny you say that because I thought
Crazy.
my whole life one of the reasons I think I didn't want to play
Yeah.
was I thought, dude, it's like every other sport. You go out there with a guy that's really good at tennis, he's just gonna crush you and it's not gonna be fun.
No doubt.
And I like to your point, no. This is a lifelong struggle. Guys
No
that
doubt.
so I have a buddy I grew up with. First time I ever got, I hope he's not gonna get mad for me saying that. First time I ever got popped smoking weed by my parents. Let's just say I had been hanging out with the homie before. We were like 13, 14.
Yeah.
Probably
Hey, it
smoked out
happens.
of a Coke can or some shit like
Yeah,
that. For something
sure.
really gross. But I came home and my mom's like, oh, you look stoned. You were hanging out with that golfer kid again. So my buddy's a tour pro.
Oh no shit.
And we grew up together. And I mean, this guy's been a tour pro since we're 18, 19 years old. Like he's really, really good. And he struggles. And when I started playing golf, I was like, bro, never gave you enough credit. I thought you're like, it's like Steph Curry. You're always on the same court. It's the same level. It's like, I'm like, I didn't realize how hard golf was. And I always give you shit. Like, how come you didn't make the cut? Like, what's wrong with you? Why can't you just be more consistent? And now that I play golf, I'm like, oh, dude, you owe this guy like 30 years worth of apologies,
Ball
man.
breaking. Just terrorizing this poor bastard.
I'm also his biggest fan. I am
No
like
doubt.
totally.
You know
his
that, I'm
biggest.
sure.
But still,
You know
no,
that.
it's a good meditation.
Yeah.
It gets your mind off business. It gets your mind off.
Yeah, you have to be present. It's like it's not just you versus them.
It's you versus
but you
you.
versus you
It's
at
only
the
you
same
versus-
time. You know what I'm saying? It's ill.
Nobody really cares what you shot unless you're betting money, I feel.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Half the
it's just
time, I don't even keep
four
score,
dudes
bro.
struggling to. Yeah.
Half the time I don't even keep score, bro. I'm
I
just
stop. If I'm not playing well, I'm like, I'm not counting
especially
this
when
one.
I'm picking up balls and shit. Pause. It's like
We should go play together, though.
I'm down, bro.
Yeah.
I'm down. There's some cool spots around here.
Oh, there's some great spots around here.
Yeah.
We're trying to shout out to Harborside. They offered to help me organize a charity golf tournament for weed brands and SF. And
That'd be cool, man.
maybe
Let me know.
yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
Sure.
Someone's got to host it. I'm not the
Yeah,
host.
there you go. There you go. So a successful fella like you over the years, right? How do you define success, and has your definition of success changed over the years?
Wow, it's a good question. I don't know. I don't feel like successful yet. I feel like we're becoming successful. I don't really feel like. I think I've successfully navigated some stages of this video game, but I'm like just at level 2 or 3. You know?
Right.
And it's really like, it's very charming for you to say that, and I appreciate it. I do think we have proof of concept. We've succeeded in having a place in the market. that's not guaranteed. Like what we were saying, like way bigger brands have disappeared, right? So I think it's about continuing to establish Sunset Connect as a real household brand. And then I think that's when I can probably take a little breath. But until then, I'll still, like, this might sound stupid, but I don't know our bank balance. So ever since we started we're profitable, I know that. But I try to stay really frugal. I think as long as I'm firmly in the underdog position, I'll always do good. Mm-hmm. I think, and I'm known for it, like when we play ping pong or if there's a game that I'm like well ahead of you, I get cocky and I will lose no matter how big that lead is.
Oh, you're one of those guys, yeah.
I'm suck.
You self-destruct? Do you self-destruct when you start?
Completely self-destruct. Yeah. I've been doing that since I was a kid.
Self-sabotage.
I'll get ahead and I'll just start. I'm like, I need the perfect smash to finish this and set off. And then I'll end up losing. And I have a college friend who's every year, we actually meet in SAC every year. Since we went to USF, same group, 20 people.
That's a beautiful thing.
It's like a soul feeding weekend.
Oh, I know.
One of our friends,
yeah,
I'll be up 20-11 on some motherfucker on the ping pong table, and Jen will be like, $10 he's gonna lose, I'll give you 2-1 odds, and she's right, and I will. And she's my biggest fan, and she's cheering for me at the same time she knows. So I take that lesson to like. With Sunset Connect, I try to do everything the opposite of what I do in my private life. That's sort of if I keep that one straight, then it'll do well. But I don't know, dude. It's just, I don't know who's gonna have $1 million marketing budget to come after our shelf space. At one point, like when you sell as many units as we do, which is like the second most units in the state, someone's gonna want that share, and they'll see that this is a pretty small outfit. So just stay paranoid, stay fresh.
That's right.
That's right. Kind of, it's okay to be the smallest, but you also have to be the loudest. That's sort of how I look at it.
Hell yeah. I like that. So speaking of your personal life, what are you doing currently to like strengthen your mind, strengthen your body? What's your program?
I got 3 dogs that are super fun.
Nice.
I bred them basically. I had the dad, have the mom and 2 of her sons. It's a little
dog connect
alpine. It's an alpine herding dog. There's these rare little German Fockers. Okay. They're super fun.
Cool.
And I live right by the beach. So one of my big things is every morning go to the beach with the 3 dogs, run. No phone, or if I'm on the phone, it'll be nothing but like calling my buddies in Germany. So I do talk to my best bud almost every day.
That's
starts
dope,
with like
bro.
FaceTime. I mean,
this guy's taking walks on the beach with the dogs, chatting it up with the
my boy is just either he's about to pick up his kid or he just dropped off his kid. So he's like that magic hour where he's free and I'm free.
That's cool.
And he'll be rolling a joint and I'll just be walking and we're just chatting. So that's a big part of my ritual. I really enjoy playing golf a lot, even though I suck at it. Like I said, it's a meditation. And it's a good walk in the park.
Yeah.
And your phone is off.
Sure.
It's the one time phone's off. Sure. And I have to take care of my wife. So being a caregiver is, comes with its own ups and downs, Yeah. So I got to stay healthy for the wife.
That's good. You're absolutely. Yes. And you staying close to the ocean, bro. Getting that good energy every day. That's
dude, the ocean is...
And you're grounding. I'm sure you got your shoes off.
Most times walking. For sure. But the ocean is really important.
Yeah, that's good, bro. That's good shit. So now we're going to shout your favorite plug from back in the day.
Oh, shit.
Who's your favorite plug, man? Who took care of you, man?
Took care of me. Fuck. I got pulled into the game by the homie that is now not only retired, he is just he's a pretty well-known oil artist. He's an oil painter. But he was the plug that got me into the game. And he
shout to him, man.
Yeah, and he was a big deal. He was a really big deal. He's much chiller now. When I go to LA, I still see him. He's very deep in the rave scene, so I was a big part of the late 90s rave scene in San Francisco.
Hell yeah, that was
like,
fun.
Dude, like Felix the House Cat.
The good ecstasy days.
That's that's what if there's no ecstasy in town, my homeboy was probably out. Like,
you're right. You feel me?
It was if you ever
when it was safe to
if you did a Dolphin
presses,
or a Mitsubishi.
I've done both.
Or a Superman. That was the guy.
That was for sure. I mean, on the East Coast.
That's the plug that brought me into the game.
Who knows?
And I mean, I just fuck with weed. They're like, this motherfucker loves weed. Show him the pounds. Like, are these any good? It was great weed. And he's been like, I mean, he grew up with like hippie parents. He'd been growing, like his dad was a grower.
Oh, cool.
Like back in like the 70s of the feds that raided Hawaii.
Whoa.
His dad was part of those hippie growers in Hawaii. So this dude really came up hardcore in the culture,
real weed trap.
The real like hardcore one, you know.
We could call it the weed drug scene when it was looked at as a straight up
drug, when they were actually really fighting it, like they now fight like cocaine trafficking for sure. So that's that. This is where that guy was, and again, he's such a chillest dude. Now he's like a Buddhist, fucking throws, you know, rave parties and paints and does sculptures.
Fire,
I mean, he's always been an incredible artist.
So listen, June 16th is National Plug Day. Get him a joint. Get him one of these joints, send him a Venmo, get him a coffee, you know, something.
Oh shit!
I know you think about him.
Oh no, I still am in touch with him all the time.
Good.
That's a mentor. That's a mentor.
Hell yeah.
But I mean, that was like back in the day when it was like, hey, if you get pulled over, don't talk, don't let him search you. We got attorneys. Like fuck that, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how he taught everybody.
And yo, a lot of shorties don't get that game. Like, yo, listen, we got lawyers, bro. You're good. Just keep your mouth shut.
Don't let them scare you.
They're gonna try to scare you into talking because you're gonna want to get out of there right away. You're not getting out of there.
Right.
Just
you open your
wait.
mouth, you're not getting out.
You open your mouth, you're really not getting out of there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So shut the fuck up.
Yeah, when they
kids
pop
need
me,
that fucking advice, bro.
Oh, for sure, dude. When they pop me, they're like, oh shit. I remember I was cuffed, sitting in the bed, standing in the living room, and I just hear them go, oh shit, oh shit. And I only had a pound, so I'm like, all right. If these guys think a pound of weed is a lot, you can take a little breath because these guys are obviously not. They're young, clearly. I mean, I was young, but I was like, these guys think a pound of weed is a lot, so it's okay. So then they took me to the station. Where'd you get the fucking weed? Where'd you get the weed? I was like, oh, found it. Where'd you find it? I was like, on Haight Street.
Easy.
Hey,
easy. That's very believable.
Where? Trash can. He's like, motherfucker. Walks like back out.
It's my lucky day.
Yeah. Walks back and he's like, you want to make that statement? I was like, sure. But I was like, and he thought I was going to go up there and write, I found the weed on Haight Street.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm a medical marijuana card holder. It's all I wrote on there.
Nice.
I'm like, here you go. All right, it don't matter. It's federally. I'm like, you asked me to make my statement. I made my statement, bro. Now what? They're like, German passport? Yeah, we can't let you go. I was like, what?
Damn.
Like, we can't let you go. You're a flight risk. I'm like, bro, you saw my apartment. I'm a broke student. Like, how am I a fucking flight risk?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're like, all right, we'll keep your passport, then we'll let you go.
What the fuck?
All right, keep the fucking passport. I don't have money for a flight anyway.
See you later.
Yeah, take me home, dude. Yeah, they actually drove me home. They actually drove me back home, which was kind of crazy.
You see that, kids? You keep your fucking mouth shut. You're gonna go home.
Keep your mouth shut. They sent me home that night. They kept my passport, and next thing you know, I lawyered up, and that was that. Yeah.
Well, my friend, before we get out of here, I'm gonna ask you one more question. If you could go back to the young you, the day before you hopped off the porch and jumped in the game, what advice would you tell you?
You're not gonna believe this ride. It's gonna be fucking awesome. That's what I would tell myself.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would even, if I could just go back to that fucking kid that was scared shitless on probation, I would be like, yo, dude, take a breath. The anxiety during those days was insane. Like, it just sucked. And that's why, like, you know, the anxiety a lot of us had.
Down a lot of little kid, bro, getting hemmed up.
Oh, yeah. And once you get popped, you're different. You're just different once you get properly popped and you see, you get that disdain from law enforcement. You're like, I never want to feel this way again. Yep, for sure. So that's one of my drivers. Stay the fuck out of trouble.
My man.
I appreciate it.
It was good having you come through.
Yeah, man.
Thanks
for having me.
Thanks for sharing your story, man.
This has been one of my
where can people find you, bro?
My list that I wanted to be at.
Oh, well, fucking check that off, brother.
Yeah.
Let the people know where they can find you, bro.
We're Sunset Connect, at Sunset Connect, shadow banned like the rest of us, so you got to spell the whole thing out. We're in almost every store that matters in the state. You know, I'm sure there's a couple stores we're not in, but check us out. We have a shop finder on sunsetconnect.co. But yeah, we got some good spread. We got some good clients that push our stuff.
My man.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
You already know. Sunset Connect. Get connected. Good pizza. Shout out to all the Patreons for the support on the show. Thank you for all the YouTube subscribers. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to YouTube. You can find our products all over California. Make sure you go check out Veggie Pizza, our mixed light line with Buck Mountain. Go to Jersey. We're in 9 spots. If you're in Jersey, Cookies Harrison's your #1 spot to go check out, man. We'll see y'all soon, man. Peace, love, good pizza. We up out of here.